Today on Uncommonly Good MTG, we're playing a mono green mid-range deck that I picked up off of Aether Hub. This thing's got some nice cards in it, and it looks like a nice curve working your way up through the deck. Nice, stable, wonderful deck that does exactly what it should do for green. If that sounds interesting to you, then stay tuned to find out more. Hello and welcome to Uncommonly Good MTG. I am your host, and make sure to check out my more artistic videos over at onlyfans.com. Dr. Yukon Socket! Yes! Thank you! Filmed before a live studio audience. Thank you so much! Yukon Socket! Word to your mama. So I'm broadcasting to you today from my secret underground headquarters, and I've got a deck I found over at the Aether Hub, hosted by the MTGA-Assistant-Meta, which is so cleverly entitled Mono Green. Mono Green. So I played a little bit, saw what it did, and I called it Mono Green Mid-Range. So yeah, there you go. It's not a deck that calls for exciting names at all, but we got it there. Mono Green Mid-Range. All right, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the cards of this deck. We'll talk a little bit how the deck should work, and then we'll go out and we will crush some hopes and dreams. What do we got here? We got a guy that gets bigger as bigger creatures come into play, the ability to take out other creatures, get creatures bigger as you put out lands. This guy is as big as the number of lands you got, or forests specifically, I believe. Yeah. This guy makes your guys bigger. If you got 7 or more, you get whatever it hit away. This guy gives you could 2 mana to put out creatures, and also it gets benefits whenever you put out big dudes. This guy puts out mana, and potentially you could plot it so you don't have to pay mana to get mana. 6/6 for 3, but you have to attack with other dinosaurs if you don't want him to get a stun counter on himself, because he's a freaking idiot. Defiler of Vigor, not a dinosaur, but trample 6/6, and he makes it easier for you to pay for other creatures by using your life instead. Fantastic. And whenever a green permanent spell is put into play, you put a popo counter on each creature you control. Vorinclex comes out, trample reach 6/6, and allows you to go get 2 lands and put them into your hand. Then there's a whole saga thing, which I never end up doing. Vaultborn Tyrant, super cool, costs 7. Trample 6/6. Whenever he comes into play, or a creature with power of 4 or greater under your control, you gain 3 life, draw a card, and when it dies, you put out a token of it, except for it's an artifact in addition to it. It does everything else. So you got tons of value out of Vaultborn Tyrant, so that 7 mana is well worth it. This guy allows you to destroy non-basic lands with 22 regular forests to pop up the Flourishing Bloom. And this guy lets you act as a disenchant to get rid of target artifact, enchantment, or non-basic land. This deck certainly seems to hate non-basic lands, so suck it, non-basic lands. All right, so what are we going to do? We're going to curve our way straight up the list. 1, 2, 3. Hopefully get the 5s and 6 out a little bit sooner than expected due to fight rigging or Gwenna. But other than that, it looks like we're paying for it the hard way. We got 24 lands, so we should be able to get to it in a regular amount of time. And then after that, we're just pounding down the hard dudes, trampling in, and killing people before they can do anything about it. All right, so before we go out and do our damage, let's do as we do every night. Let's say our prayers and talk about what is best in life. Hands together. Dear Black King Toxrill, who dwells within the dark chambers of my heart, please hear my prayers and grant your blessings as we attempt to crush our enemies, see them driven before us, and to hear the lamentations of the women. All right, we are playing against Prunes. Prunes, that's who we're playing against. Not strawberries or grapes, but prunes. All right, lots of mana. Let's go for it. This guy's just a mana boy. To get us some card draw for us as well. All right, cool. Tail swipe. All right, do we think that Prunes is around? That is the question. One. Does this here touch all the clues? It's just a 1-2 for 1. That's good. That is incredibly good for blue. All right, I'm going to start off with the fight rigging, because then anything I do from this point forward is going to be great. Let's Vorinclex it. Okay, the Flourishing Bloom is my best next step. Then Pakal, huh? Or a Pakal. Whatever that is. Alright, Flourishing Bloom. Let's see, let's drink his milkshake there. Alright, so we're up to 4. We'll be able to throw a guy out, a Trailblazer. Your Portland Trailblazers. Oh, apparently not. More Flourishing Blooms. We're going to have some dudes. They're going to be rippers here. We just got to unshackle them from the chains to prevent them. All right, Blue, you got a handful of cards, man. I don't know why you don't know what you can do. Come on, man, I'm playing mono green. I just want to beat you in the face. I just want to punch you a bunch. Quit thinking. This is not a thinking deck. All right, come on. Ooh, put another guy out. Fantastic. If I would have had him out already, I could have drawn a card. And that's that. It's time for Vorinclex. Now we'll draw that card we're looking for. Alright, now we get some guys to stand against them. Lots of good mana. We'll be able to put 2 guys out next turn. You can't wipe the board with blue. All you could do... Well, you can. You can bounce things back. Pakal. Let's go for the muscle. 1. You're going to do that single mana there. ShortyBigBones. 2. It doesn't matter anymore. Let's just put on this guy. He's got the beef. You want to trade off? I'm totally willing to do that. I don't like the way these are organized. Let's put them on the side. You got 0 mana, man. You just got to decide who's going to die. Yeah, bouncing dudes back generally only works if you got something else going on. I wonder if I'm being roped right now. I've been getting roped a lot tonight. That's a bad habit. All right, there we go. So we got a whole string of 6s out. That's pretty decent. I don't think you're going to be attacking in. I mean, it seems like what you're playing is a lot of artifact synergies, what you got going on. What does this guy do? When he comes into play, makes something big. He's made that guy big. That's pretty much it. You can put another one out. Yeah, that's just a little guy. That's an early game maneuver. Tapping something else down. You only got a maximum of 4 of those in there. You're not going to be able to do it much longer. Let's go for the Hammerskull. We could do this. I mean, we got 5, 6, 7. We can't yet. I can put it on next turn. Let's give the beef to this guy. All right, we got 2 guys tapped, 2 guys playing defense, and 2 guys attacking. That's 14 right there. You got to sacrifice some dudes. You have the ability to potentially bounce. We'll see what you got going on in your hand. And he just lets it go. Winner, winner! Victory dinner! Alright, we were playing against Gramos. 1989. No. Don't have a fake Hubert. Alright, let's throw this guy out just so we can kill us a Tiny Bones if we have to. Tiny Bones! There goes our poor fight rigging. Let's take it in, see if he'll block. All right, there we go. Gwenna is going to be gone. All right, let's put the beep. What are we going to take here? Oh, Vaultborn Tyrant, definitely. Right there, and question is, does he want to sacrifice the tiny bones for this? He does. Good for you, baby. So as long as we can keep... Oh, I needed that. So as long as I can keep my card, I can get this guy up to 7 next turn. This'll do it. What a pile of crap. All right, you can block. There we go. All right, so hopefully he's not into board wiping. Okay. What am I going to take here? Sure. Nope. I knew I was going to grab. It was going to be glorious. Another Vaultborn. Victory! Alright, we are fighting against dulldrohl. Dulldrohl. Keep that dragon asleep. That's a nice curve right there. 1, 2, 3. We got 3 in our hand. You sleep? Okay, good. As long as you stand there quietly, I'm alright. Hubert, here's some Energon cubes for you. Bam! Are we willing to lose it to that guy? Yeah, let's do it. Let's pound him down. I don't care. You don't frighten me, baby. Treasure. Alright, let's do some awful stuff while we have the opportunity with the tail swipe, right? Fight! Right here, baby, right to my face. That's where you need to do it. There you go. Alright, we got a guy playing defense. He's got a nice butt on him. He's a 3. He could get shot. All my guys could get shot. He could technically wipe out 2 of my guys with the mana he's got right now. That what he really wants to do, though. I'd seriously think about it if I was him. And apparently that was it. That's what he was seriously thinking about. Boom, boom, go in the room. Victory! I are playing against nanacakeru. And we got a good hand there. That's good. We got 1s and then 3s. There's a lot of good 2s in this deck, yet we're not seeing them very often. Alright, there's our 2. No attacks. Alright, these guys up themselves, but no attacks. He keeps going for it. That's not great at all. All right, there's 4, 5, 6, which means we're playing the Trailblazer as a plot. And let's Bristly Bill. No attacks. Yeah, we're behind the 8-ball here. That's a problem. That's 10 we're losing. All right, Vaultborn Tyrant. Can we kill that guy? Still can't. All I could do is a little bit of this. All right, first strike, which means all I got to do is just put somebody in front of them. All right, all good. We got 5 mana. Let's see if we get something good here. Vaultborn. There we go. Another one. Seven. There's some good stuff there. That felt really good. There we go with a nice little suspect. Nice! Right to the face. Sure, let's get another guy out. Choose an online card. Your opponent won't be able to cast this card. And there we go. Suck it, nanacakeru. Suck it! Alright, we are playing against ShortyBigBones. 2 mana. I'm not a big fan of this. Taking these guys out for now. It talks 3 to get them out. Hoping to pluck a 3rd mana here pretty quick. Alright, we got our 3rd mana. Perfect. I gotta play stupid games, though, to be able to crawl up. Oh, I gotta get to 3 mana before I can start playing these guys for their plot. Don't you realize that if I have nothing better to do, I'm allowed to play the cards for free? Alright, I gotta put him out for as a defender now. So I got the 5 right there. That's good. He's going to run out. That's all I can say. Try this again. We'll have 2. Flourishing Bloom. Alright, so we got 2 guys now that can kick that guy's butt. Then 1 down. Go for it. Let's Vorinclex this. One and 2. We'll send them both in. Alright, draw your card. Get out, and it costs us what? 2 to be able to get rid of something? What do? You just make a flying something or other. Pin it down, huh? Does that wipe the board? Yeah, it does. Alright, maybe I should hold back on my creatures a little bit. Alright, let's go get them. That's 10. We'll let them wipe the board next turn. We're going to start throwing some dudes out. Yikes, that one is a good one. 1, 2, 3. What do I do? Alright. You go out. You go out. Get this guy out there. Actually, I shouldn't have had that guy out to start off with. And then we'll forest up. Might as well spread the wealth a little bit. Alright, any one of those guys is lethal. Hopefully he doesn't have a board wipe. And he does, but I get to keep my guys that are 2 or less. Still perfectly lethal. Get him! Get him! Oh, he's going to try to tap it. I'm going to hold out to the Trailblazer just in case. He's lost out on 1, so we're cool. All in. Pin 1 down. Go for it, baby. And he's pinning it again. Alright, here's the next guy. Don't worry, I will eat your soul. I'm gonna come. Put your dog in the pod. Alright, he's got trample. There's not much you can do about this. Here we go. Here we go. Boom, 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 boom. They already tapped. You missed out. Boom, boom, goes room. ShortyBigBones, also tasty. Victory! Alright, so we're playing with mono green mid-range, and it was a fairly standard mid-range deck that did awesome stuff. It's like when I first played it, I thought I was a little bored with it. But it just told a nice story. It just delivered a clean curve through the game. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Just getting your way up to 7. Wasn't a whole lot of tricks going on, but the deck was just determined to come in like a tide. So yeah, it was a good deck. Eventually, I warmed up to it big time, and I really enjoyed playing it. All right, so let's talk about who was the MVP, who was the most valuable player. The guy that I really wanted to get out constantly was Vaultborn Tyrant, but of course he was at the top of the list. What was helping us get that way? Let's take a look. Some things seem like they were doing a pretty decent job otherwise. Like I said, a lot of times I say Fight Rigging is the card that really makes this deck, and it did all right. It was a good trick deck. Gwenna I was calling for all the time because she allowed me to play for the to pay for the bigger guys much quicker. You know, she was the ramp that allowed this thing to ramp up. But cost me 3. Flourishing Bloom-Kin was really good in a deck that had 22 forests in it. I mean, it's cheap. The only problem is it was so cheap that you could take it out just based on mana ability or mana price. So even though it had a bunch, you could take it out easy with certain cards that focused on mana. Let's put it that way. I'm going to give the MVP to this deck to Gwenna. I think that she was the most consistent on providing the value in this deck to be able to get to the larger creatures, which would be Defiler of Vigor, Vorinclex, and Vaultborn Tyrant. So yeah, Gwenna, you are today's MVP. Congratulations. You are going to Disneyland. All right, was this deck competitive? I ended up playing it 11 times. I got a 73% win rate. 73, so that is a very competitive deck. Well worth playing. I would highly recommend it. All right, so was this deck fun? Yeah, it was. You know why? It's because we had stuff to do in the early game. That is a huge thing for me when it comes for having fun. Like, if this was just a ramp deck, I'd be a lot more bored because I really hate it when you put cards out at the beginning of the game for turn 1, 2, and 3, and it's nothing but just trying to ramp. Like, I really love the art for, what's the name of that new Capenna card that has the Azorius made out of a bush? Anyways, whatever he is, he's great other than the fact that he can't block or attack until you have 7 mana. So he's a whole lot of just decoration. Explosive Topiary, I don't know what his name is. And until you get to 7 mana. That is just so lame. In this deck, you got little guys that come out, and they do some stuff. You're at least playing in the first game. Tail Swipe is interesting and fun. Fight Rigging, helps you keep those guys pumping. Maybe you're even lucky enough to start getting the other guys. Of course, Fight Rigging and Pugnacious Hammerskull, the great combo. We're good to go. The big thing about this deck is I thought, is this deck rotation proof? Like, you know what? Fight Rigging, that is not rotation proof right there. That is a big card that is going to be gone in about a month from now. Other than that, we're looking pretty strong. Let's see. Boseiju is the other one. So we're playing a total of 5 cards in this deck that are not rotation proof, but you can change out Fight Rigging for something else. In this deck, Fight Rigging, what it does is it helps to pump your guys and get your big guys early. Hopefully, it's kind of a random thing. But Gwenna does a good job of providing that ramp that you need to get to the big guys. Plus, it also gives you a little bit of a card draw advantage by looking for the cards you're going to grab. So, Fight Rigging is still so much great value. But yeah, 1 month and it's gone. So we need to find something else to put in here other than Fight Rigging. But still, this was a fun deck because of the curve. You had good stuff to do in the early game. And of course, Vaultborn Tyrant, if you get that guy out, is just so devastating to go up against. You can't kill it. He just keeps coming back. I mean, of course, once, but still. And then if you have him out and you're just playing lots of other cards, he just keeps delivering you more and more stuff. Let's see, was this deck interesting? I was going to say no, because it's just got cards. It just plays in a particular way. There's not a lot of synergy going on here. Yet, it was a cool deck. It was fun to play. It just wasn't terribly interesting. As far as, synergy or tribal or cool ways of playing. It was just, I'm playing green. I got the potential to get up to some stompies. And they're just going to beat people down. It was just an unending stream of creatures hitting the board. And that was usually more than what your opponents can handle. All right, so let's add that up. Was this deck competitive? Yes. Was it fun? A lot more than I thought it was going to be. Was it interesting? Not really. So let's give this deck a straight A. Straight A. Interest is cool, but doesn't count for a lot. Really, fun and competitiveness go a long way. So this is a straight A deck. It's big time fun. I would highly recommend playing it. So if you decide to play with this deck, I hope that you have as much fun with it as I did. That's all for now. If you enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe. From all of us here in the secret underground headquarters of Uncommonly Good MTG, have a great day. In the words of my people, screw you guys, I'm going home. Bye.